Okay, so we have opened a new terminal. So I'll just type jbrowse. And once I do that, jbrowse is going to be opened for me like this. Okay, so this is how we do it. Okay, so now you can use jbrowse. Okay, so with what we've done, no matter where you are on the system, you can just call jbrowse by its name and then jbrowse will be open for you. Perfect. Now we have set it up. So we are going to test jbrowse. So we are going to use jbrowse to open some files. Okay, a genome annotation data. That's what we are going to do next. So I already have an example data that we are going to use. So let's first download that data. So we will go back to the GitHub page that has the data. It's on one of my GitHub repos, which is here. This is the page. Let's just check it. Yeah, this is the page, and I will leave the link to this page in the description box. So here you will see this file here. So click it, and then after clicking, you will get this. Okay, you will see this download button. So you can click to download, or you can also use the terminal, but I'll use the terminal. So I'll just right click and get the download link. Now I'll move back to the terminal. Now, if you move back to the terminal that you used to open jbrowse, you will find this there, okay, because jbrowse is still active. And so what you want to do is to open a new terminal and then continue from there. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's open a new terminal. Okay, I have opened a new terminal. So I will proceed. So I'll first create a directory called annotation. And then I'll cd into it. And then I will download the example data. I'll say wget, and then I'll supply it with a download link, which is here. So I'll execute this command. Perfect, that has been done. So let's check the file. So let's do an ls, and we are going to find the file. So it's a zip file. So we need to unzip it. So I'll say unzip annotation 1. Okay, that's the name. That has been done. So I have them there. So if I do an ls, I'm going to find some files here. The info.txt gives a brief description of the data. So let's say cat info.txt. So it says this data is a SARS-CoV-2 annotated sequence. Okay, so that's what you have. And I've already made a tutorial where I showed how to annotate a SARS-CoV-2 viral genome. So you can watch that tutorial. The link to that video is in the description box. So we are basically using the output of that tutorial here. So we have this and then this. Okay, so in that tutorial, you learn how to assemble viral genomes as well as annotate them. So make sure you check that video. Okay, so we also have this .fna, which is a FASTA file, which has a FASTA sequence, and we also have a GFF file here. Okay, so basically, what I did in that tutorial was to annotate a sequence. So the sequence that was annotated is what is found here, and then the features are the ones that are found here. So we are going to visualize by loading this and then this into jbrowse and then look at what will be displayed for us. So that's what we are going to do next. So now that we have our data, we can proceed. So let's call jbrowse again. So we will say jbrowse, and then we will execute it. Perfect. So jbrowse is being opened. It has been opened. So let's enlarge it, and then let's open our file. So to open a file, come to the left side and then click on open sequence files. And then you'll be given this information. So here you need to indicate the name. Okay, so we have assembly name. So I'll just type any name. So I'll just say SARS-CoV-2. Okay, so you can use any name that is appropriate. Okay, so just take note of that. Assembly display name is optional, so I'll leave it as it is. Now when we come here, this type here, we are going to use a FASTA file, which is not indexed. So we will just select the FASTA adapter, this one. And then when you come to file, make sure you click the file and then come to choose file and then click on choose file. And then you can locate your files. So we will start with the FASTA file, which is this one. So open it and then come to submit. After that, you see this window. Make sure this one has been selected. There are other options, but it depends on the data you have. With the data that we have to use linear genome view. You can also experiment with others, that's fine, but let's keep it this way. Now click on launch view. And then you see this. When you see this, click on open. And then this will come up. So here it says no tracks active. We need to select a track. Even though we've loaded the data, we need to still select it so that it is displayed here. So click on open track selector. And then on the right side, you'll find a window open. So we have our sequence, which has been labeled as reference. That's the FASTA file. So check it first. And after you do that, the name will appear here. But we still have one more thing to do. We need to load the features. Okay. So to load the features, just come to the lower bottom here. You will see this one here. So click the plus button and then select add track. So when you click on add track, you'll find this here. So let's check the main file section. So click on file and then click on choose file. So click choose file and then you can select your GFF file also. After that, you go to next. Here, we are not going to select anything. So go to next. And then just scroll down. We will leave everything as it is. Okay. And then we will click on add. And after that, we will have our data or our genome displayed nicely for us. So here you can close this one. You can close these ones. You can always reopen them back again. So we have our tracks here and we also have our annotation. So when you click on any of the genes, you have some details about them, some information about the one you click here. So you can just read, check the lens name and then ID, etc. So this is how we do it. So that's how we install, set up, and then use jbrowse. So there's an intro video, by the way. So check the jbrowse website and then you have some tutorials to help you to visualize your genomes. Okay.